Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, I'm gonna get the front shot of this.
Man.
And then out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16.
Did you know that Justin Bieber sold his entire music catalog for a whopping $200 million? But here's the real shocker. Sources say he's ready to walk away from music altogether. The reason? It might have something to do with Diddy's recent arrest. What could be so terrible that it's making one of the biggest pop stars of our generation consider quitting? Stick around as we uncover the disturbing connection between Bieber's past and Diddy's present that's sending shockwaves through the music industry. Remember when Justin Bieber was just a fresh-faced kid from Canada, singing his heart out on YouTube? Those were simpler times. Little did we know that this young talent was about to be catapulted into a world of glitz, glamour, and hidden dangers. It all started in 2007 when 12-year-old Justin began posting cover songs on YouTube. His natural charisma and angelic voice quickly caught the attention of millions. But it wasn't just fans who were watching. Industry insiders had their eyes on this rising star, and one of them was about to change Justin's life forever. Enter Scooter Braun, a savvy talent manager who stumbled upon Justin's videos. Braun was blown away by what he saw and knew he had to track down this kid. After some detective work, he finally got in touch with Justin's mom, Patty Millette. At first, she was hesitant. After all, what mother wouldn't be suspicious of some guy from Atlanta wanting to whisk her son away to the States? But Scooter's persistence paid off, and soon enough, Justin was on a plane to Georgia. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Scooter didn't just want to sign Justin. He wanted to introduce him to his friend and mentor, Usher. Yes, that Usher. The R&B superstar took one look at Justin and saw dollar signs. Or maybe he genuinely believed in the kid's talent. Either way, a bidding war erupted between Usher and Justin Timberlake for the rights to sign this new prodigy. Usher won, and just like that, Justin Bieber became the music industry's new golden boy. His debut EP, My World, dropped in 2009, and it was an instant hit. Songs like One Time and Baby were everywhere. You couldn't turn on the radio without hearing Justin's voice. He was living every teenager's dream: fame, fortune, and adoring fans screaming his name. But here's the thing about dreams. Sometimes they can turn into nightmares. As Justin's star rose higher and higher, the pressure intensified. He was just a kid, thrust into a world of adult expectations and temptations. The music industry can be a brutal place, even for seasoned veterans. For a teenager still figuring out who he is, it's a minefield. Behind the scenes, Justin was being introduced to a side of Hollywood that most people never see. The parties, the drugs, the endless stream of yes men telling him he could do no wrong. It's enough to make anyone's head spin, let alone a teenager from a small town in Ontario. And then there were the connections. In the music industry, it's all about who you know. Justin was rubbing elbows with some of the biggest names in the business. One of those names? Sean Diddy Combs. The rap mogul took a shine to young Justin. And before long, the teen star was a regular at some of Hollywood's most exclusive parties. On the surface, it all looked like a fairy tale. Justin Bieber, the YouTube sensation turned global superstar, living the high life with music royalty. But beneath the glittering facade, something darker was brewing. The innocent kid from the YouTube videos was growing up fast, maybe too fast. Hollywood's glittering facade hides a world of secrets, and none are more explosive than the truth behind Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. These weren't your average star-studded bashes. They were a gateway to a dark underbelly that nearly swallowed Justin Bieber whole. The innocent Canadian kid who captured hearts on YouTube was about to face his toughest challenge yet, navigating a world where mentorship could turn into manipulation in the blink of an eye. Former Playboy model Precious Murray pulled back the curtain on these notorious gatherings, and her words paint a chilling picture. Don't just let some guy who you barely know who's convinced you that it's going to be okay because he's good at that, she warned. Muir wasn't just talking about garden variety Hollywood excess. She was sounding the alarm about something far more sinister. Picture this: a lavish mansion, music pumping through the air, and a room full of wide-eyed young stars ready to make their mark. It sounds like a dream come true, right? But behind closed doors, a different story was unfolding. Insiders whisper about a toxic atmosphere where fresh-faced talents felt the crushing weight of unspoken expectations. The price of admission to the A-list? It might have been higher than anyone could have imagined. Here's where things get really twisted. Parents, the very people meant to protect these rising stars, were somehow convinced to step aside. Under the guise of mentorship and career opportunities, kids were left alone with industry bigwigs. It's like throwing lambs to the wolves and calling it a petting zoo. And at the center of it all, Diddy himself, the puppet master pulling the strings. But let's talk about Justin. The Biebs wasn't just any star. He was the golden boy, the one everyone wanted a piece of. And Diddy? He saw dollar signs. Reports suggest that young Justin found himself in situations no teenager should ever face. The details are murky, but the impact is crystal clear. The carefree kid from the Baby music video was growing up fast, thrust into a world where the lines between right and wrong blurred like a Hollywood haze. Insiders paint a picture of a boot camp-style environment, where young stars were isolated and subjected to unimaginable pressures. It wasn't about nurturing talent anymore. This was about molding the perfect money-making machine, no matter the cost. And the cost, as we're starting to see, was astronomical. Fast forward to today, and the chickens are coming home to roost. Diddy's facing serious legal heat, and it's not just about his business dealings. The whispers about those parties, they're turning into shouts. And Justin? He's reportedly disgusted, feeling betrayed by an industry he once called home. The golden boy's shine has been tarnished, and he's ready to walk away from it all. But here's the million-dollar question. If this is what we know now, what dirty secrets are still buried 6 feet under? The music industry's got more skeletons in its closet than a Halloween store, and we've only scratched the surface. Justin's story isn't just about one star's fall from grace. It's a wake-up call, a spotlight on the dark corners of fame that most people never see. We've all seen Justin Bieber's public meltdowns, but the real story behind his struggles is way more twisted than anyone imagined. Remember that fresh-faced kid who took over YouTube with his angelic voice? Well, fast forward to today, and we're looking at a completely different person. Just recently, paparazzi caught Justin grabbing his crotch while walking down the street. It's not just about acting out anymore. This is a full-blown cry for help. But here's the kicker. Justin's behavior isn't just about the pressure of being famous. It's about the dark, twisted web of relationships that form when you're thrust into the spotlight before you can even drive. Experts have been saying for years that there's a link between childhood stardom and adult mental health issues. But what's happening behind closed doors is even more shocking than we thought. As the years went by, we started seeing cracks in the perfect pop star image. There were the tattoos, the arrests, the on-again, off-again relationship drama with Selena Gomez. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, Justin was battling demons that most of us can't even imagine. Sources close to the star have opened up about his struggles with mental health and substance abuse. One friend, who chose to remain anonymous, said, "Justin's been through hell and back. The stuff he saw and experienced as a kid in the industry, it would break anyone." And break him it did. We've seen Justin go from a bright-eyed teen sensation to a troubled young man, often looking frail and disconnected from the world around him. Now, with all the allegations coming out against Diddy, Justin's reportedly completely disgusted by what he's hearing. It's like all those buried traumas are bubbling back up to the surface, and he's reliving the nightmare all over again. No wonder he's been spotted looking worse for wear lately. How many other young stars are trapped in the same cycle of abuse and exploitation? Justin's story isn't just about one pop star's fall from grace. It's a wake-up call for the entire industry. These kids are being chewed up and spit out by a system that values profit over their well-being, and it's high time someone put a stop to it. Justin Bieber's world is crumbling, and the key to understanding his sudden $200 million catalog sale lies in the untold trauma he faced as a child star. The music industry's dirty little secret? It's not just about the money. It's about escaping a world that's left him scarred and desperate for a way out. The Biebs shocked fans and industry insiders alike when he decided to sell off his entire music catalog for a cool $200 million. But this isn't just another celebrity cashing in on their past hits. No, this move reeks of desperation and a burning desire to break free from the very industry that made him a household name. Think about it. Why would a 29-year-old superstar, still in his prime, want to give up control of his music? It's like he's trying to erase his past, to wipe the slate clean and start over. But what could be so terrible that he'd want to throw away everything he's worked for? The answer might lie in the recent bombshells dropping about Diddy and those infamous freak-off parties. As more disturbing details emerge, insiders say Justin is completely disgusted by what he's hearing. It's like he's reliving a nightmare he's been trying to forget for years. But here's where things get really messed up. Justin's recent behavior, the public meltdowns, the erratic social media posts, even grabbing his crotch in front of paparazzi. It's all starting to make sense. This isn't just a pop star acting out. It's a cry for help from someone who's been carrying around some serious trauma for way too long. And let's not forget about his marriage to Hailey Bieber. Rumors have been swirling that their relationship is on the rocks. And now we might know why. Can you imagine trying to build a healthy marriage when you're still haunted by the ghosts of your past? It's no wonder Justin's been looking more frail and disconnected lately. If Justin does leave music behind, what's next for him? And more importantly, will walking away be enough to help him heal from whatever happened in those early years of his career? Some insiders are worried that leaving the spotlight could be just as dangerous for Justin as staying in it. After all, he knows things, secrets about the industry and the people in it that could bring down some major players if they ever got out. Is that why he's choosing to sell his catalog and potentially walk away, rather than risk spilling the beans? As the dust settles on this latest chapter in the Bieber saga, one thing is clear. The carefree kid who sang Baby is long gone, replaced by a troubled young man fighting for his sanity and his future. The real question now is whether Justin will find the peace he's so desperately searching for, or if the ghosts of his past will continue to haunt him, no matter how far he runs.